Hi, I'm Tanya Steele of Epicurious.com, and you're watching Around the World in 80 Dishes. Today we're making a Malaysian chicken curry with Chef Henrik at the Culinary Institute of America. Chef, thank you so much for showing me around Malaysia. What is it about Malaysian chicken curry that makes it uniquely Malaysian?
Malaysian chicken curries are not unlike many other curries cooked in coconut milk, which you find all over Southeast Asia, that the coconut milk serves as a cooking medium. The unique thing about a Malaysian chicken curry is that it has a nice mix of Indian influences, of some Chinese influences, and has some Thai influences. And one unique thing about the Malaysian curry is it's using a rempah. And a rempah is a spice mixture, something that you can often buy commercially as a Thai curry paste. And the rempah is a Malaysian counterpart to a Thai curry paste. It's not a big deal to make them by yourself. You just have to have a few spices. We have some coriander seeds here, some cumin. We have some fennel seeds. We have some cinnamon. We have some turmeric powder. And these are typical Indian flavor profiles. We have some chilies, rather mild chilies. These are actually guajillo chilies. And they come very close to what they use in Mexico. And they, of course, got to be soaked.
Wow, and so how do you soak a chili?
It's pretty easy. Just in the dried chili, you just remove the stem and shake off all those seeds.
So this is what you're about to do with when you soak them is actually just the standard treatment for soaking dried chilies.
Yeah, just reconstitute them with some cold water right on top. Let them sit for a good half hour.
Okay. So it's just cold water.
That's it. Just some cold water, let them sit for a good half hour. And what you then get is something like this.
Oh, I see. So it's a lot softer.
A lot softer, very pliable. Now we can actually puree them. We can actually make our rempah with this. So the way we go about this, we have our dry spices here first. Now, we cannot puree all the dry and wet spices together because these ones would never get chopped up very fine, so we have to actually make those into a powder using a spice grinder. We have our skillet here, common ingredient, again, over a moderate heat. So all you're doing is just adding all your spices into the skillet.
So you're toasting the spices?
Exactly, okay. That's for flavor development, and the cinnamon too. And you do this until you actually start smelling. Want to toast them? You can do that.
Oh.
There you go, girl.
Okay.
Look at you. Not
bad. Thank you.
So, I guess you smell this already?
I do. Woo.
It's becoming very fragrant.
Yeah.
That's a very important part. Just toast them nicely. And as you may have noticed, I haven't added the turmeric in there yet because the turmeric would burn as a ground spice.
Oh, okay. So do you add it at the last second?
In the very last moment of the heat. So,
off the heat.
Off the heat. I think it's pretty fragrant already, right?
So does that denote that it's toasted and done?
It's on the way to become toasted. We now have only heated up the spices, but now we also want to get a little toasting. Not too much. Heats off.
Yep. Turmeric.
Goes inside.
Wow, it's beautiful too.
Yeah, so toss it right in. And all this goes now into our blender.
So we're going to actually pulverize?
Yeah.
Okay,
also,
and even the cinnamon stick goes
everything
right in.
Everything goes inside.
Oh, okay.
You could not do this in the blender. The blender would not take care of this. If you're getting into Asian cookery, a spice grinder is a worthwhile investment. Hit them. And you will see in a few moments, when we grind this to a very fine powder.
So, Chef, this is like homemade curry powder, essentially. Is that what you've done?
Smell it.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that is amazing.
Very aromatic, right? Very aromatic. Now we're using a blender. A food processor would work fine too.
Okay.
Because you want to make sure that the rempah is as dry as possible.
Oh.
Yet also want to make sure that it's as dry as possible. You need always some water. In a food processor, it works just as fine. But the blender has a big advantage. It gets it really, really smooth.
I see.
The blender gets it really, really smooth. So we have our shallots in here, a very common ingredient in Southeast Asian cuisine.
Shallots?
Interesting to know the Vietnamese using more shallots than the French.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So a very, very popular ingredient in Southeast Asian. Some garlic, whole garlic.
Wow.
Some ginger goes inside.
Not just some garlic.
No.
A lot of garlic.
A lot of garlic.
In there. Okay.
Now, in a home blender, I would maybe suggest to kind of cut these things a little finer.
Okay.
Right, so maybe a little finer. Then we have our soaked chilies go right inside. Some macadamia nuts. And the purpose of the nut here also is a little bit thickening power.
Oh.
And then we have our spice powder goes right inside.
You remove the cinnamon stick?
Yeah, it just didn't all grind up the time. That's okay. That's going to be just fine. And then we have our fancy blender.
Yep.
Again, a food processor would be just fine. I'll give it a little water just to facilitate the blending a little. Makes it a little easier.
So, and that's cold water.
That's just plain old cold
Okay.
water. Not much. I don't want to have this like a soup. I need a very strong puree.
Okay.
And with this blender, we always start on low speed. It's just like driving a car. So make sure everything is on low speed right here, low speed, variable speed. We start off very slow. So now we even can talk. Trust me, in a few moments when this thing goes on high speed, we can't even talk anymore. So gradually we increase the speed. And what it does, it first takes care for all the shallots. And the good news is lots of moisture will come out of the shallot. So what I'm doing now is, kind of remove the top part here, kind of the plunger, go a little down.
Oh, wow, that's great.
All right, so very smooth, very fine paste.
Okay, let me see that. Wow.
And that's the whole idea. And again, had we used a modern pestle, the thing would have been not quite as thick, actually much thicker. So this, we just cook it a little longer in the initial service, and then we'll be just fine.
Okay, great. So, Chef, in the next video, you're going to show me how to actually cook the chicken with this.
Can't wait.
All right.